Behind her lively on-screen personality, Carmen was a hard-working professional who always put in the hours, as her band members discovered.
Joe Carioca and he once told me that she was absolutely incredibly professional. They would go for rehearsals and keep going for hours. And they were like so tired. They would think, this is it, we can go home. She'd say, okay, one more time. Let's make sure that we really have it.
Producers and directors had only praise for her. She was always punctual. She was always ready for the takes. She was working with the heavy costumes, the platform shoes, the heavy hat, and they thought she would be tired. And Carmen said, no, another take, I don't mind. I'm ready.
In 1943, 20th Century Fox released The Gang's All Here, directed by Hollywood legend Busby Berkeley. Berkeley had made his name at Warner Brothers with a string of hit musicals like 42nd Street and Footlight Parade, and his elaborate production numbers were ready-made for Hollywood's most colourful personality.
Brasil, esse coqueiro que dá coco, foi onde amar minha rede, nas noites claras de luar. Brasil, pra mim, Brasil, Brasil.
The beginning, you see the ship and the fruit coming down from the ship and Carmen Miranda coming from under the fruit. That's a fantastic beginning for a film. And there are other wonderful song and dance moments in that film.
Oh, Paducah, 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 Paducah. If you wanna, you can rhyme it with bazooka, but you can't foo Paducah. That's a northern import paradise. I wonder why does everybody look at me and then begin to talk about the Christmas tree. I hope that means that everyone is glad to see the lady in the Tutti Frutti hat.
That number, the lady in the Tutti Frutti hat, is absolutely fantastic. With all the connotations, you know, the Freudian bananas and the camera, the way it moves, it's just absolutely wonderful.
This musical comedy of the 20th century from 20th Century Fox that makes all the best musicals.
The image that everyone has is The Gang's All Here, where she's doing her famous number, Busby Berkeley number, The Lady in the Tutti Frutti Hat. It looks like her turban goes up for about 50 or 60 feet with all the bananas in it.
I do that song for Johnny Smith, and he is very happy with the lady in the Tutti Frutti hat.
After this unforgettable appearance in The Gang's All Here, Carmen would forever be the lady in the Tutti Frutti hat. It was just 4 years since she'd first put on the Baiana. But behind the fun-loving image, Carmen was having problems. As early as 1940, while filming Down Argentine Way, she collapsed on set, suffering from exhaustion. To help her through her punishing work schedule, she'd started taking a cocktail of prescription drugs.
There was a big trend in those days to medicate people for things that perhaps had a lot more to do with stress, a busy work schedule, social commitments, even their kind of psychological state that could have been dealt with therapy. It was just easier to kind of give drugs to cope with everything from sleeping too much or not enough to working too much or not enough.
I guess it was January or February 1940 when she took her first pill. Her body reacted very well to that pill. It was a Benzedrine. It was the upper of the time. A few days later, she found out she couldn't sleep, so they gave her a downer.
It didn't take a long time for her to get into a pattern of needing these drugs basically to survive, to get up in the morning and go to bed at night.
As well as her addiction to prescription drugs, Carmen was now suffering bouts of depression. Even so, she kept up a hectic schedule of filming, live performance and advertising work. During the Second World War, she also joined the ranks of Hollywood stars who entertained the American forces. She was a favourite with the troops and enjoyed having fun with the character she created.
Well, fellas, you know how I feel about you. I like you very much. I
I think you're grand. Why, you see that when I feel your touch, my heart starts to beat the band.
In 1945, her income was rated as over $200,000, which made her one of the highest paid females in the whole country. Part of that was not just her film activity, but was from her recordings and her club work and other income that she was able to generate because she also did merchandising of some of her fashion wear. So she was a very smart cookie.
Would you